Hello, my name is Anne Ryan. I'm an EFT practitioner and I work with people using EFT tapping and optimal EFT. I'd like to do a short little tapping on EFT and procrastination, but particularly procrastination and bringing compassion into it. Often if we are habitual procrastinators or if there's just a particular thing that we're procrastinating over, often we can be really harsh on ourselves. We can be our own worst critic, and we can say and think things to and about ourselves that we wouldn't about somebody close to us, perhaps a friend. And that's where it feels the compassion comes in. And my hope is that by bringing some compassion into whatever it is that we procrastinate over, that allows something to move and shift. It allows us to take the pressure off ourselves and perhaps allow some energy to flow so that whatever it is that we're trying to do, we can get on and do it. And while we're not doing it, we can just be a little bit kinder to ourselves. Okay, so we're going to tap on the points and we're going to start with the side of the hand. And what I'd like to do today is I would like to use this as a borrowing benefit session. So I'm going to tap on something that I'm procrastinating over. And borrowing benefits in EFT is very simple. So you think about the thing that you're procrastinating over. Pick a specific thing, not my whole life. Just pick something very specific. Applying for that new job, clearing the clutter in that particular room, just getting up and doing the ironing that I never seem to be on top of. Or it could be something bigger, moving home, moving country, career. Okay, think of the thing that you're procrastinating over that is bothering you. When you have it in mind, give it a number from 0 to 10 of how intense it is when you think about it right now. Okay, how intense is it? 0 being absolutely perfect, completely peaceful. 10, pretty much top of the scale. All right, give it the number. And then notice what is the emotion or the feeling that goes with it? Okay. Just spend a moment. What is the emotion or the feeling that goes with it? Are you angry with yourself? Are you frustrated? Are you blaming somebody else? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling disappointed? Here we go again. Whatever it is. Okay, so you have your particular thing that you're procrastinating over. You've given it a number 0 to 10, and you've noticed and noted what the feeling is that goes with it. Okay, so in borrowing benefits, that's exactly what we do, and then we put that to one side and just tap along with what I'm doing here. Some of it will resonate, some of it won't. However, the intention is that as you're tapping along, it is moving something in your issue, and we'll come back to that at the very end. Okay. So we'll go here, all right? All right, so even though I'm really procrastinating and I have this thing I want to do and I've come so far with it, I just can't get the final part done. And I deeply accept myself right now as I am. Okay, and we're on the side of the hand, and if you're not used to the points, it's just here and we're tapping with, I usually use 4 fingers. Okay. I'm going to say that another time, probably in a slightly different way. I'm procrastinating. I know I need to do it. I beat myself up for not doing it, and yet I still haven't done it. And worst of all, it hangs there and I'm really harsh on myself about it. And right now, I deeply accept myself as best I can. Okay, so we're going to go to the points. So on the eyebrow, I'm using 2 fingers just where the eyebrow starts on the bone. Okay. I'm procrastinating and I'm not being compassionate with myself. The outside of the eye, just on the bone at the edge. I'm being very uncompassionate with myself. Under the eye. I'm not forgiving myself. Under the nose. I wouldn't treat a friend like this. And if I heard a friend saying the thoughts that are going around in my head about me and this procrastination, I would really counsel them to be more gentle and kind and loving with themselves. And yet here I am. We're on the chin now, okay? And then we're going to go to the collarbone, which is the point where the collarbone comes over across here. The sternum or breastbone comes down. Where the two meet, just underneath, there's a little soft spot. And we're going to do that. Okay, lovely. And sometimes when we're releasing something, there's a breath or a yawn or a sigh, and I just go with that. Okay, and then under the arms, just you're about 4 inches under the armpit. That's lovely. Great. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go back here again. Even though I'm feeling really frustrated, I've come so far and I cannot get this thing finished. And I've been stuck with it now for quite a while. And I feel frustrated, and I feel frustrated with myself. And I judge myself and I criticize myself. And in spite of all that, right now, I do accept myself as best I can. Okay. I have all this frustration. All this frustration as I procrastinate again about finishing this thing. I've come more than 50% of the way, and yet I can't get beyond that. And I got to 50% quite some time back, and here I am. And as best I can, I accept myself as I am right now. Okay, so I'm going to go up to the eyebrows. I'm going to tap on the points there, the same again. I'm frustrated. I'm really frustrated with myself. I wish I wasn't. Right now I am. My logical mind knows it would be really nice to be more forgiving and more compassionate. However, the rest of me, the emotion component, is frustrated. Other people would have it done long ago. Other people would have it done long ago. And here I am. Still not budging. And yet it's hanging over me. I can't even forget about it. Okay, and then we'll go here on the collarbone. I am frustrated. I am really frustrated. Okay. Something is moving because I can feel a nice big sigh. And then we'll go under the arm. I'm frustrated. Okay. And I'm noticing I'm less frustrated. My frustration was at an 8 out of 10 when we started this, and it's now down to a 4. Okay. When we tap, it is really important that we acknowledge what's going on. We acknowledge our feelings, our frustration, our anger, our sadness, whatever it is going on. Really acknowledge, and we tap on that until that comes right down. And then we're in a place to think about compassion coming in. We're in a place where compassion actually organically comes in. And forgiveness, and letting ourselves off the hook, and a general softening in our whole system towards ourselves. Okay. So I'm feeling that's reduced quite a bit, probably down to a 3 now. But I'm still feeling the word has changed, some irritation. So I'm going to tap on that, okay. Right now I'm feeling irritated. Irritated at myself. Right now I'm feeling irritated. I wish I wasn't. And I am. And I accept myself as best I can right now. Okay. Even though I'm my own worst critic. And I wouldn't say or think these words about somebody else, not this harshly. And I'm irritated. I truly and deeply accept myself. Okay. So another big sigh, and it feels something else has released and shifted, which is really good. And then we're going to go to the eyebrows, and this time I'm just drawn to tap on both sides, but one or other or both really doesn't matter. This irritation, it's lessening. I can feel it lessening as I'm tapping. I really can. This irritation. Actually, I don't feel so irritated anymore. Okay. What I'm noticing as I'm tapping is my irritation, and often this, I would pause at the end and notice the change, but as I'm tapping, I'm noticing the irritation has become disappointment. I'm disappointed because it will make a really big difference when this thing is done. And it will be another thing off my list, off my to-do list. I'm disappointed. It could have been done months ago, and here I am. I'm disappointed. And that's just how it is. Okay, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I was on a roll months ago. That's when I got so much of this completed. And since then, it's come to a stop. And yet it hangs there. And I see the paperwork to do with it every time I pass it by. So it doesn't go away. And it's disappointing. Because actually, if it was completed months ago, it would have been really beneficial by now. Okay, I'll just go under the arm and finish. I'm disappointed. Okay. As I take a deep breath, and I'm just going to notice the irritation which is completely gone. Completely gone, okay? So it's really important to go back and just check on that. Irritation, 0. I'm not irritated. Disappointed when I started tapping on it. I didn't say it out loud. It was probably a 6 or 7 out of 10. And now it's a 3. Okay. So I'm just going to do one more round on that. Okay. I'm disappointed. And there's a sadness in that disappointment for some reason. And I truly and deeply accept myself. I really do. Okay. Even though I'm disappointed, a sad disappointment, I truly and deeply accept myself. Even though I'm feeling this sad disappointment. That's just how it is right now. And I do accept myself truly and deeply in this moment. Okay. This sad disappointment. This sad disappointment. This sad disappointment. This sad disappointment. This disappointment. This disappointment. This disappointment. This disappointment. Lots of sighs, lots of releasing, which is really good. This disappointment. Okay. Okay. What I noticed halfway through that was the sadness went. And that's why I changed from the sad disappointment and just went back to the disappointment. So, yeah, disappointment is gone. Okay. So I'm going to finish with one last round, which I want to do this for myself because it just feels that, the frustration, the irritation, the disappointment, the sadness, all of that feels it's really fallen to one side, actually, even in that short time tapping. Okay, so I'm going to say, that feels better. And I may come across more to do, and that's okay. Right now, that feels better. And as I move forward, I would like to really hold the intention to be more compassionate, to be more forgiving, to be more understanding, and to realize that sometimes it's not the right time for me to complete something. Sometimes I don't have the energy for it. And sometimes the energy that I do have needs to be diverted elsewhere. That's just life. And I truly and deeply accept myself exactly as I am right now. Okay. And moving forward, I would really like to hold the intention of being more understanding and compassionate and forgiving towards myself. And I will get this thing done. At some point, I will get it done. And in the meantime, I'm going to be more compassionate, more understanding, and more forgiving. Because already I can feel the energy of that in my system. As I've let go the parts that were irritating and frustrating and disappointing me, I can feel some weight has lifted. Quite a weight has lifted. And moving forward, I will be more compassionate. I know I will, because I can feel that in me right now. And forgiving and understanding. Lovely. So thank you for joining me. I really hope you got something out of this. What I'd like you to do now, go back to the specific thing that you picked that you're procrastinating over. Okay, just recall what it was. Okay. Recall you had given it a number back then 15 minutes ago, how much it irritated you or bothered you or affected you. You gave it a 0 to 10 rating. And just notice, has it gone up? Is it the same? Has it come down? Just notice that. Okay. If it's come down, great, something has shifted. If it's the same or gone up, then possibly there's something deeper going on behind it, possibly. Often whatever is going on for us isn't just of this very moment. Often it's rooted back to many, many events in our life. And the key to it is it's often rooted back to something way back in our earlier lives and childhood. Okay. So thank you so much for listening and joining me. And it's been a pleasure to do this today.